do shit with.
Yeah.
Me, you, Darran, Akadiri,
He
Triple
probably just
J, and Uncle Ed.
he probably just fucking depressed.
What are you drinking?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Come.
tea then. Just tea? Just normal
Just,
tea?
just a tea. Just a tea.
I like how he's like me. Come. So just tea, yeah. Just tea.
So yeah, for anyone that's listening, we got 3 out of 5. Triple J might come in later.
That ain't bad.
And we gotta do PSA, we gotta do public service announcement. We changed the name. Well, I changed the name. Fuck everyone else.
Wait, did you change it?
Yeah, I changed everything.
But he's like, yeah. What'd you change it to?
Yeah, you'll see.
Okay. Well,
What? No, I can't. You can't speak. What's happening?
I changed it to Do It All Night podcast.
Shut up.
We changed it to Darren's idea.
I didn't have an idea. I didn't have an idea.
Now you don't have an idea. We can do this screen share thing, innit? Should I go to the messages?
I was just finna say.
What? Let me just delete everything.
That made me so happy when he came up. I was like, wait a minute, we have to use that name, dog. We gotta use that name,
took
dog.
me to get it. Oh, I was sitting there thinking.
No.
As soon as he put, because Darran won't say legit some shit. So I was like, wait, what is his acronym? He said legit. What do you say? Black. Something.
Legit great back talent.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. I seen the first letters. I was like, nah. It's dope time. I don't think it'd be a problem. I think the only problem would be if we were on here saying horrific homophobic shit. Then it would be a problem. But if we're just on here being like talking our nonsense and then don't call attention to it, if we never call attention to it, everyone else calls attention. We're like, oh wow, didn't even realize. And then sure, and that's viral. And then you change it or leave it. Chappelle would be like, fuck it, leave it. They don't own the alphabet. Did y'all watch on Michael Shea's thing?
No.
He was on Michael Shea's live. Well, you know Michelle Wolf, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's at Chappelle's house because I think Chappelle's working on the show, on a new show. And Michelle Wolf's out there in Ohio with him, and he's just like trying to. Dave Chappelle's idea was, he was like, we got to get back on the stage. I'm missing the stage, man. Blah, blah. He's like, so I got an idea. What I'll do is we'll order a whole bunch of tests, test the audience, and then bring them out. We'll do a show if everyone's clean, and then we'll just do a show because he really misses doing comedy.
Isn't it nice to be rich like that?
You know what I mean? Like, but that's obviously not going to be that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
He's Dave Chappelle.
There's no way.
They might let him do it. They love him in Ohio as well, so.
Yeah.
Or maybe if he did it in DC, but then again, it's DC, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, shit.
What are you doing? Watching porn?
House.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm on my computer. I should put my dick out right now on the podcast.
Oh, okay. Let's calm down. Calm down. Let's stay professional. There's a few people last week were. I'm not going to name names about last week, but I mean, after the episode, there was a lot of talk in the group chat. I feel like a lot of people got a little bit scared about some things that were said.
Some people did. It wasn't me. I had. Go ahead, dear.
No, my memory's so bad. I don't remember.
No, I was fine. I was totally fine with the whole everything. I had no issues with anything said. I think is a different. You know what it is, man. It's like a different career path. I think, or like knowledge of career path. Like if you know or have been in the industry, and you go, oh yeah, what? Like for me, everything that I say on film and stuff, I know will fly. Like I'm not I'm not fucking Nick DiPaolo. No offense to him, because I love him, and not Andrew Dice Clay. I'm not out here saying stuff that I'm like, of course you can't have a career. So I know the shit that will come across the desk, fly, and how you do it. And I also want to mostly be a writer and director, and I can use any alias for that. No one has to be like, oh, labeling what I said, like one particular thing to what I said. So I'm not trying to be a brand myself, like Tyler Perry, right? So anything Tyler Perry says is Tyler Perry. If he writes under, Jason Naruto, then no one knows who the fuck that is, and he can create anything, and no one's going to really say anything. He could just be like, put this out, give it to someone else, and they do it. People do it all the time. You'd be surprised at the amount of writers and directors that do shit, and no one knows it's the same thing, the same person. And so some people just get nervous about like, oh, and I don't want to step on the toes of any particular groups or anybody, because they see that shit online, they get terrified, but they never think of the opposite side of the coin, where when you really weigh it out, measure it out, how many people have actually been completely canceled in their careers over for what they said? Not as many as have been brought up. So like a lot of people have been called out and then they still have a career. Nobody said shit. Like Paula Deen got fucking crushed. She crushed. Somebody said she made a N-word, a nigger joke 20 years ago at a wedding or some shit, and somehow that was enough to get her fired. And I was like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, of course she made a nigger joke. Like, what, are you joking? But also that, and like Bill Burr said, the Duck Dynasty dudes. Like, of course that's what he thinks. He's a redneck that wears camouflage and hunts ducks. Like, of course that's what he thinks. So, but
I don't know why people were pissed off at that. The ducks.
You know what I'm saying?
What did you think?
Yeah, it's like, but when you look at it, you go, well, a lot of people get called out for a lot of shit, and they don't do. Like Morgan Freeman got called out for touching girls. I mean, nothing happened with it. Neil deGrasse Tyson got called out. Nothing happened with it.
Also, how I think I wrote this on Twitter. How can you be cancelled if you actually just don't care that you're being cancelled?
No, I don't think so.
Because the whole cancellation thing is like, whenever someone gets found out for something, they always jump online and they give the people doing the cancelling the power, where they go, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, for what I've said. And if it's some real hateful stuff, then yeah, maybe. But if it's just like, especially in our field, a joke or whatever, yeah, I'll just be like, I'm definitely not even gonna address that.
Nothing to do. Yeah.
It's like when you're in school or something, or you're a kid and someone's winding you up, and a teacher or something says, just ignore them and they'll go away. So I'm just gonna ignore it, no matter what you say. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because if you look at what's his name, Chappelle, he talks about they were trying to shade, or they were trying to cancel him and talk about him, but he doesn't even have social media, so it didn't work. Yeah. Like he literally just didn't have social media, and that's all it took, was that they couldn't do anything. He didn't call any attention to it. He's like, it was news to me. And when he found out, he's like, I had no clue. And he had no social media. And the fact that he has no social media means the life of it on social media is so small, like super small. So if you think about people who, when it was time to be canceling people, like, and they didn't have any, like back in the day, like when Kramer was doing this shit and that was filmed, that was on the news, because nigga had a meltdown in a club and someone filmed it and sent it to the news. And or if you look at like Mel Gibson, his phone conversation was recorded and then
but he was spazzing.
He was, but and then you go, everyone goes, yeah, that motherfucker is just crazy though. And then even black celebrities was like, hey, he's racist. He just lost his goddamn mind. He was a powerful man and now he's not. He's just losing his fucking shit. And so if you look at it like that, if you look at it like, do you give a fuck? Like if you apologize, if you hide, if you like disappear. I'm not saying do 50 Cent style where, because that motherfucker, look at 50 Cent is the greatest example. Look at his Instagram, look at the type of shit he says, and he never apologizes.
I think the funniest thing he said was when Rick Ross was in the hospital, like fighting for his life. And then he just posted that brother from Rocky that says if he dies, he dies. Like, didn't at Rick Ross, nothing, just posted it. It's the biggest shade move I've ever seen in my life. And just wrote, if he dies, he dies.
You see what's happening with 50 lately?
People keep painting him.
I'm not sure if he's behind it or not, but he's in some weird beef with some Australian graffiti artist.
That keeps painting him with no teeth.
these weird moves. The last one he's done is him mashed up with Taylor Swift.
Oh, I ain't seen that one.
That's fucking great.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like he's doing that, and that's the most he's doing. And if nothing else, it's giving the graffiti artist some notoriety, and it's giving 50 Cent some more notoriety. You know what I mean? It's keeping 50 Cent relevant, and it's giving graffiti artists a career. Like, this guy's gonna get hired to paint all type of shit, to do all type of designs and shit at this point. And then 50 is gonna continue to be relevant in the public eye, but he'll say, if you look at his content, he just says whatever the fuck he wants. He does whatever he wants, and he doesn't go and I apologize about it. And when people come at him, like, on his comments, people are like, that's inappropriate, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't even respond. He used to respond and say, shut up, bitch. You know how many women in his comments have said that's inappropriate? And this response is, shut up, dumb bitch. Get off my page. That's it. That's the response. And then it just continues. And everyone's like, yeah, you are on this page, and it's 50 Cent. What do you want? So if you kind of start yourself like Kevin Hart can't now be Andrew Dice Clay. Is it what?
I ain't gonna lie, Darren. Your connection is moving foreign right now, bro.
Oh yeah, bro.
Your connection has got the virus,
bro.
Palestinian.
You got that Palestinian.
Yeah, man. You need to get the VPN. Fucking. Your shit is.
I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, because your connection is fried, fam.
Is it mine?
There you go.
You keep freezing and stuff.
I don't know if you're freezing or
or just looking. Are you frozen now? Yeah, you're frozen now.
He's frozen.
I thought he was just looking at us. He's frozen.
I was like,
he's gone. He's gone. He needs to come back with that better connection, bro.
I was like, why is he staring at me like that?
Connection is bad as his hairline, bro.
He really trying to hold on to that hairline too, and I'm confused why.
Every time he cuts his hair low, it really pisses me off.
He did what?
Every time he cuts his hair like really low, it pisses me off. I don't like it. Not like I'm attracted to him or anything, but I'm just like, don't do that to yourself.
That skin fade he be getting, I'm like, you ain't got no hair, just hair. You don't need to get a fade. Just get a haircut. It's already skinned.
The skin fade with the shirt half tucked in, half tucked out, under the crew neck jumper, and fucking granddad hat. That's Darren.
Shirt tucked in pissed me off so bad. It still makes me angry.
When he becomes a dad, he's gonna be the most dad-looking guy ever. Just pulling up to like football games with like a newspaper under his arm, talking mad shit. Oh, here he is. Let's see him. Hello, sir. Oh, he's.
Oh, you look like somebody's Jamaican father.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. He's pulling up in his slippers and shit.
Hey, somebody's.
You.
He gonna start wearing lotion at like. He gonna start wearing lotion at like 40. There's no more lotion. Just be dry.
Yeah. I don't moisturize now. I don't create.
You don't moisturize?
Nah, it's gay. No.
Whoops.
No.
There you go. Here comes the apology. It's definitely going to be a clip. That bit right there. Not even this bit. Just the bit where you go, nah, it's gay. That's the clip.
That's the name of the episode. Nah, it's gay.
Yeah. How do you...
any form of self-care
is what?
Gay. If you take care of yourself, that's gay.
Well, gay guys are normally like actually the most well-groomed people, like men.
Stereotypically, I guess.
Stereotypically, not all gay men.
No, some gay men are disgusting.
Some gay men look like shit. Not in a homophobic way. There's a lot of straight guys that look like shit.
That's crazy.
But there are some gay guys that look like shit.
That's crazy. You can't say this gay guy looks like shit without it being homophobic.
Yeah, because you can be like, this black guy looks like shit. This girl looks like shit. This gay guy looks like shit. Whoa! What'd you say?
No, that depends who says it. Some white guys couldn't say this black guy looks like shit. It would sound racist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't think an apology would have to follow. Not even like an apology, but just address it. He can't go. The white guy wouldn't go, this black guy looks like shit. No offense. They'll just go, look at this fucking black guy, looks like shit, and just down his pint and walk off.
That's because geezers. The same way a geezer would say something off-key about gay people, you just say it and walk off.
Do you know, I can't wait to be
You can't
old.
cancel geezers.
No, you can't.
Can't wait to be what?
The only way you can cancel
geezers.
a geezer is if, like, you take away football. And
I was literally just thinking that.
Yeah.
It's bad from Sky Sports and B Sports and that's it over for you. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Yeah. I was going to say, I can't wait to be old just so I can say, like, racist and other stuff without anyone caring.
You can say
now you can do it now.
Yeah.
Nah, you can't. You got to be old, innit? You got to be that old granddad, and that your grandchild brings like their new partner around, and I want to be the type of granddad where just before they come in the house, they turn to their new partner and go, "Just by the way, he's very old." And he says it.
People say that about me now. I say just say it.
Well, they say you're very old. Yeah, because you are very old.
But it's like what Phileo said. You'll get your own weird little following, though. That's the thing. If you did lead into being this really racist black guy, you would get a weird following
towards other black guys.
Yeah, they'd fuck with you, but you'd be like, okay. If that's what you guys are into.
Have you seen this film called Farming? Have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so that's exactly what it'd be like, Darran. So it's a true story, yeah. Oh, so you know the guy? You know the guy in 50 Cent's film Get Rich or Die Trying, yeah. You know the big black guy. That's the drug. That's the
Easy. Or he's from here, but he's out of Easy and Oz. Yeah.
Right. So this film is about him. Mm-hmm. So he's like Nigerian.
Yeah, because he plays the dad in it.
Yeah. So he's this night. So like in the 50s, 60s, like a lot of Nigerian families would like foster their children out so they could like go to school and once they finished school they would take back the kids, right? But there was this one, well, I guess more than one, but this film's about this one family in East London. And she's got like 6 of these like African kids. You know,
that was Essex.
Yeah,
it's my town.
Well, Essex is East London, part of it.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah,
and like she loves these African kids in it, but she would always drop like mad like shade on them in it, like saying if you don't clean your room, I'm gonna send you back to Wooga Wooga Land and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So there was this one kid called Ennie. And he kind of develops like this complex where he now hates being black because people are bullying him. All he wants to do is be white. He like covers himself in like talcum powder as a kid and stuff like that. Yeah. And he joins a skinhead gang as a black guy. Yeah, he joins a skinhead gang, but they don't really rate him in the gang. They put a leash on him. They make him like pretend to be a dog and stuff. It's so mad, and he just develops this complex where he hates black people, but he's black, right? And he just hates them. And the gang was called Tilbury Skins, innit? Yeah. So he shaves all his hair off, and he carves into his knuckles, black cunt into his knuckles. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He gets arrested. His biological dad comes to get him, and he's like, this ain't racist, guys. Yeah, this is how he talks, innit? And I'm Nigerian, so shut up. He goes, Ennie, my son, I've come to pick you up, blah, blah, blah. And the boy just looks at his dad, yeah, puts his fists up like this, where it says black cunt, and goes, Tilbury Skins, and then headbutts his fucking dad.
Oh, this is that movie?
Yeah. It's filled up.
And he's like, fuck you, black, all this here to his dad. And like, you know, like, that's just on the floor with a bloody nose, thinking, did my son just headbutt me, yeah?
Yeah, because Nigerian dads they're not ready to be headbutted by their son. They're not ready. You didn't see that coming. No
not
one
even
saw it coming,
expecting
really.
it. No.
No.
And then he still
I can imagine it.
he bangs up the leader of the gang, yeah, steals his snake and just chills in a shed. It's a mad film. And then at the end, he gets a law degree or something. He goes to like a psychiatric ward, and he could either go to prison or he could go to like a secure unit, and his dad pays for him to go to a secure unit. And he just, at first, he doesn't want to be there, but then he studies really hard and gets a law degree.
It's mad. You know, at the end where they have the kids who've been through it, you know, like the montage. I actually know one of the people in that montage. That was a mad thing, because I was watching it and I saw him come up. I was like, hold on. No one else is going to have that name, especially that first name and surname together. And I literally just got on Facebook Messenger going, hey, I just saw you at the end of the film. She's like, yeah, it's mad, isn't it? I was like, wow.
It's a sick film. I went to watch it with my mum, and it was just me and her in the cinema. I was like, no.
Yeah, because...
But I watched it in Elton as well. I watched it in Elton as well. Right. So, you know what I mean? So,
Phileo, do you know why Elton is significant at all? I thought you wouldn't. Yeah. You know, you heard Stephen Lawrence? Heard that name? Shit, guess you know. He's like Rodney King times 20.
Oh, he got beat down by the police.
More than that.
Oh, they killed him?
Not by the police.
Five white guys killed him. Like, evidence is all there, but they got found not guilty.
So this is like every day in America. This is a Tuesday.
But this happened in
Georgia.
This happened in 1993.
Yeah.
In London as well. So like,
it's different. And that's the thing. It's different here because that happens in America. Like it happens 2019. It happens.
But sure, imagine like.
But it's different when it happens here because we feel like your justice system is just better equipped for shit like that.
Not in this case, but imagine like the first, you know, say like, okay, black people have been free for a long time, blah, blah, they got jobs, blah, all this stuff. Like just imagine now, but 26 years ago, yeah? But imagine like there's still a lot of tension in a lot of areas. Like Eltham is like a known racist area. And so Stephen Lawrence was trying to get home with his friend and he was running late. So he was going to go through Eltham because it was quicker, but obviously a lot more dangerous. And then they chased him down and stabbed him. So this was like, so during my lifetime, there's like two significant incidents like this, and it's Damilola Taylor, but that was black on black, but and Stephen Lawrence. And this Stephen Lawrence thing just kind of like shook the nation because these guys should have gone down like 100%. But it was like, as far as I can remember, like the first, you know, police tampering with evidence and lying and all this kind of shit. And then they bugged their house. And I'm pretty sure when they bugged their house, that like there was more evidence of them talking about it.
Talking about how he stabbed him and stuff. Yeah,
and it just took ages for them to get sentenced. Not all of them got sentenced, but the ones that did, when they got sent to prison, everybody fucked them up. Everyone.
Oh, they got beat down.
Yeah, there was a Muslim group, like a you know, a cohort of Muslims in the prison, and they dropped you know, the old school tellies with the big back.
Yeah,
they dropped one of those on his face.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. And the reason it came me speaking about it is because I went to go watch that film about like racism and all that in Eltham 26 years ago.
Okay.
So that's why it was probably empty. Because
I know like in the States when shit like that happens, they usually try to keep that dude away from anybody that's not a Nazi in jail. Like they would try to keep because it's an automatic death sentence. You know what I mean? It's like there's no way you're gonna.
But you're gonna get one of those guards that are gonna be like, "Oh, I forgot to," you know.
Oh yeah, somebody will pay. Somebody will pay.
Yeah, I think that's the weirdest thing. It's the difference of, I guess, attitudes to racism institutionally, anyway, between like America and the UK. Like, I think the UK would like to pretend that it's not that racist.
Yeah.
I guess in some respects it isn't, and in some respects it is when it comes to compared to America. But
I would say America's more open.
in your face, yeah.
America's
more
just
overt,
like, I'm not gonna hide.
Nigga.
Yeah, they're not gonna be like
so
pretending to be like. America's more overtly racist, and I would say England is more covertly, or Europe. Well, England, because like Spain is overtly racist as fuck.
Yeah.
But like England is more like covert. It's like, no, I'm fine. I don't like. It'd be a guy in a suit walking down the street with a briefcase, and you'd be like, oh, that guy's nice. But in his briefcase, it's just a whole bunch of papers that say, I hate niggers. As opposed to in America. Dude,
that's what he spends his lunchtime doing, just sat corner of a restaurant, just writing on different pages.
But in America, the dude will have on like, Confederate flag fucking denim jacket, but also Wattier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he'll go to Klan rallies with like, man, my football team better win. And it's like, well, what the fuck is going on in your head, you fucking idiot? Like,
I think as well because of like the classism in the UK is so strong. I think like your middle class racist would only really want to hang out with other middle class racists. You wouldn't want to hang out with working class racists.
Yeah.
You reckon there's classism within racism? Yeah,
because I reckon the guy who sits there, makes laws, and says things like, "Oh, well, you know what they're like."
yeah, of course.
They say, but he won't want to sit near the guy who goes to football and screams on the from the, "Oh, you black this, you." He's like, oh God.
Is that part of the reason the Klan wear masks?
It's got Klan's all up and down, isn't it? You got Judge's Klan, and then you got.
But that's what
no
I mean.
One knows.
In the public eye, the judge won't want to be seen with, the guy that claims benefits. But at the rack, everyone's got masks on.
Right.
So it's kind of like I'm not seen with him.
Another dumb reason they wore masks apparently is because black people were supposed to be afraid of ghosts.
I've heard this.
So
you tell it.
You're supposed to be like, that's supposed to like double scare you, because they did it in this movie called what's this fucking movie? Fuck, I can't remember. A Birth of a Nation, and it's like
the original.
Yeah, the original one. It's got like a fucking 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is some bullshit. But guys a fucking Klan on there, and they scare these black kids because these ghosts are on them. They scare them. They're like, oh, I got an idea. It's like a black and white movie. They're like, oh, okay. Like all this. The whole movie is propaganda to like basically help the Klan like become like powerful as fuck, because people were like, oh shit, black guys didn't fight in the Civil War as much, and they home raping white was like, that wasn't happening. That's not what they were literally building up their own communities. They were like, nah, let's burn that shit.
Yeah,
it would be scary though if you saw that coming over the hill, like 100.
Yes, there. Even if you wasn't like, if you didn't know what the Klan was, I would still be like, I don't.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Because think about it, a friend who does always, she does like loads of reading, and she's Afrocentric and does like just knows fuckloads about everything, just quotes whatever, like drop of a hat. And she was saying that what a lot of the Klan people started the Klan because obviously at that time on plantations and stuff, and where have slaves, those white kids were growing up with those black kids, so they would hear all the stories, hear about ghosts and hear about all that kind of shit. So when they came to designing their outfits, it's like, okay, let's make ourselves look like ghosts. And plus, you got to think as well, that hood adds another feet in the height, another foot in height. So you now got these 7 foot things carrying burning crosses running around. And like you said, if you don't even know what represent, you're like,
I'm off.
I think it's time to get out of here, guys.
Yeah, I'm gone, bro.
It's like, what the fuck is that? I remember I was scared of the Klan growing up, even though I grew up in the UK because of Jerry Springer.
Where they have a Klan member.
I watched it too young.
And shit. Yeah. No, to be real with you, if you're an actor, you don't take that role. Because I know Jerry Springer is known to have actors on there sometimes.
Yeah. They have to be right in it.
Yeah. So you have to be like a real, and in some of the shows, like Oprah is not going to hire actors back then, especially some of those shows had like real Klansmen, and it's always, Patrice O'Neal said that once on the radio. He said, it's always, how come on those shows it's always the black professor with 3 PhDs versus some hick who's just racist? It's never like the intelligent racist white guy. It's never like the guy who's actually causing the problems. It's never that guy. It's never like the big boss of some company who's like, let me explain why I hate niggas and let me show you how I set up this foundation for niggas to fall. Versus Frederick Douglass is always like, I hate niggers because their nose is wide, they breathe up air. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I got 3 PhDs and I'm fucking arguing with this fucking idiot. Like,
well, it's what says as well. Shout out Ola. He says that that's why he refuses to do like radio interviews, because he says it's always the setup when they talk about race. It's the exact same thing. He goes, they'll get him on. He'll speak very eloquently. It's like, okay, so we've got Gary from Norfolk. What have you got to say, Gary? Yeah, my problem with blacks is he's just like, what? No.
No one named Gary should be able to have their opinion on anything heard ever. Such a dumbass now, Gary.
Apart from Gary Lineker.
Your parents didn't think enough. Your parents knew. No one needs to hear this kid talk. Name him Gary.
Sure. But no, it's I watched Jerry Springer way too young.
Oh yeah,
and stuff. It's one of those ones where it's just because my mum and aunties and older cousins wanted to watch, and I was at my auntie's house. I didn't have a bed to be sent to. It was basically my mum would have to take me home and miss out on watching Jerry Springer. Plus, we didn't have cable, so the only time he's going to watch it was at my auntie's or cousin's house. So my mum's like, "Nah, fuck it, we're watching it, and you're going to just sit here and try to understand the world." And so I saw the Klan, and I didn't even understand what the KKK was or what it meant. I just knew that they were these 7-foot tall white sheets who hated black people, and I thought they look like ghosts. So they're probably going to get me at night. And then, but that's why I learned about transsexuals as well.
And then that's where you learned that you wanted to be one as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what transition.
I was always like, any as a kid, of course, that's terrible. Somebody just hates you for what you are. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like, they want to kill you. I was just afraid. I was more afraid of gangs though, because I was like, I ain't never seen no Klansmen, but I see these niggas wearing red a lot.
To hate somebody or a group of people for what they are is dumb, yeah. But to suggest that there's not something funny about each individual group is also as dumb as hating someone for what they are. Because there's funny things about everybody, no matter where you are. Yeah. For sure.
Oh, fully.
I see what you mean. Yeah, like people because people don't want, they don't want to be, you can't, it's like people say you can't make fun of everything. Like
100%.
Yeah. Well, every group, you can't make, some stuff people, they'll argue to the teeth, like you can't make fun of fucking cancer. And it's like, yes, I can. But when people
what you can't do is be an arsehole groups.
Yeah. Because the thing is, I think what it is, they're saying you can't be mean to the victim about it, but make it, comedy is not supposed to, I don't personally feel like, especially stand-up, is directed at the cancer patient.
No.
It's talking about the situation that's going on. If I hear, I have a friend in New York who has a great joke about it, and he talks about how his dad died of cancer, but he's talking about the funeral around it and all.
But immediately he wins. Immediately, he's talking about his dad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's also, yeah. We talked about
you
that.
Immediately
like,
win.
You can't. Yeah. Also, his dad did not die at all. But I'll call you out. I'm not gonna say his name, but your dad's alive, and your girlfriend's alive. It's a great joke.
His dad even have cancer.
No.
Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with his father.
That's so bad.
But he's just like, I want to do this.
And this is the only way I can do it.
Because the joke was, he said one of his friend's parents did die, and he went to the funeral. And it wasn't cancer; he just was old. And he was like, "This is hilarious," and this is like family at funeral. So I have this joke about these characters, but I need to make it like personal. And I was like, "Yeah, just be like, anyone die?" He's like, "Not anyone, like a cousin, but who gives a fuck if your cousin dies?" It's like, okay. So he was just like,
you have like so many cousins. It's just like, one of them's gone. I don't remember.
That's like losing a Skittle. I got a bag full. I'm good. I dropped that red one, but you know what? I'm not that fond of those anyway. It's fine.
Someone sent in a question for us.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. We have listeners or what?
I don't know.
Or they just sent in a question, but I don't know if you guys are going to discuss this because I don't listen. But
I don't know. I can look, but I haven't. I don't know how many people listen to us. I don't know how many people have watched it. I just
Don't look.
if we stay consistent,
Yeah,
and you'll pick up.
Okay.
It said, should men be held responsible for women having BBL/surgery? What is BBL?
What's BBL?
Brazilian butt lift.
I
Ah,
like how you came right out the brain with that, Darren. I just want to applaud you for knowing that.
it's because he wants one.
Should we be held responsible? Why are we doing it? Are we doing the surgeries? No. Are all men surgeons? No.
I would like to take responsibility for all of the good ones. None of the bad ones.
I'm getting the angle of the question, even though I completely disagree. But I guess the angle of the question is because men put pressure on women to look good and unrealistic beauty goals, and that's why women feel under pressure. But my thing about this thing is, men will generally have sex with anything.
I always say that. Thank you.
Why any woman feel the need to change herself because of that? That's my view.
I same thing. I'm like, there's never been a time that I know of any man that I know that there's been a girl and he's turned her down for sex outside of it being.
You've never met me. You don't know me at all.
No, outside of it being some terrible situation. If there's a girl who comes in the bar and she's like, yo, let's go home. You get to her house, you're horny, everything's going down. You've made it to that point, and then she takes her pants off and her legs aren't completely shaved. Some guys might be like, oh, I'm into shaved legs or whatever, but that guy gets a lot of pussy. And so he has the right to fucking, be like, you know what, I'm good. I don't want this. But most guys, you know what, I'm already here. I've already arrived. Like, I might as well go ahead and smash this. I just won't tell my friends. This unrealistic idea of beauty, I think a lot of it comes from, obviously it comes from men or women thinking that's what men want, but there's a lot of ugly bitches with dudes. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you really even have that argument, because there's a lot of ugly fat girls and just ugly girls or whatever is undesirable, whatever people consider undesirable. I like ugly bitches. I like fat bitches. You see my exes, but there's a lot of undesirables, quote unquote, that are with people and happy and having good lives, and the men are attractive, or whatever. And so it's weird because we don't have that same thing. Like, I don't ever feel like, oh man, only if I look like Will Smith I get more girls. I'm like, no, I know how to do it.
You have to get
I guess
rich.
our thing isn't looks though, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Ours is getting rich.
I one time, no names will be mentioned. I don't know where I was. I was somewhere, and we went to a club afterwards after doing a spot of part-time work, and it was a great. The work went really well. The work went really well. I had my full-time work in the morning, and I was far from home. I was very far from home. But anyway, we went to this club and got pretty wasted. So wasted that night, I thought my colleague was having a stroke, but they were just very drunk. And I met a girl in this club. Now, in the club, she looked great. Not great, but, enough. Okay, so I'm thinking, cool. I'm like, yeah, let's go. She's like, yeah, let's go. I was like, cool. And then got outside the club waiting for the taxi. And I don't know if this was God or Allah or Buddha or whoever your God is. This like the lamppost just turned on, and it shone realistic light onto her, and I saw what was in front of me, and I backed out of the deal right there and then.
That's different.
Made out like I lost my friend. Went back into the club. My friend was already gone, so I went and got a burger and chips and left.
That's totally different, because that's you. You're not committed to. What I'm saying is, like, girls will be like, oh, there's always a guy that will fuck a girl, no matter what she looks like. There's always several men that will fuck that. So the idea of beauty is based on she's trying to catch the man who she finds attractive who hasn't approached her. And she thinks if I get a Brazilian lift, I'm going to get this guy. And that's not the case. You can't. That guy doesn't want you regardless. Like that guy, if he wanted you, he would have had you. One of my friends used to say that. She used to be like, all these girls, all my homegirls. This is a girl. She was like, all my homegirls always being like, oh my God, like, guys don't talk to me. She said, I'll sit there and watch them on Tinder or whatever, just consistently swipe left. They never swipe right. So she's like, you're not even looking for guys. You're looking for a particular specific type of guy. So you have this fake idea of men that like literally you just swipe past 20 men that they can't apparently hold up to. And any dude that approaches you, you immediately are like, no, he didn't say the perfect right thing to you. Yeah. So in the same way that this guy has to be like you have to have fucking ninja-like precision to get girl's number when you walk up to her. You can't, you know what I mean? Like if you ever walked up to a girl just like, look, give me a number. I don't feel like doing this all night. No, because it doesn't work. But you have to up and be like, hi, hello, I saw you, and this is me, and I can read, and my name's Darran, and these are my white teeth, and can I get you a drink? Everything you have to say has to be perfect out the gate for you to even continue that conversation, because she's immediately trying to find reason to put that hand in your face.
Oh, and perfect for her as well.
For her, like cater to her shit. Because one of her friends could be standing next to her getting fucking wet. You'll never know that because you picked the wrong one. You went to the wrong one. That Dion Cole bit.
I was just about to say.
He's just like, which one of y'all want me? Like,
he was saying, who like me? Because that's who I'm gonna like the fuck back.
That's men. That's how we work. I don't have time to. I don't even care. Yeah.
You see, heard this other joke when he's like, apparently women know if they're gonna sleep with you within the first 7 seconds of seeing you. So do you know what I do? Waste 7 seconds. He just stands there counting. Alright, bitch, what we doing?
Yeah, I love that shit though. But it's realistic, so it's kind of like I don't know. I haven't dealt with that shit.
Here's how I feel like we can remedy this problem. That if you are a female and you are watching this or listening to this, and you are umming and ahhing about a butt lift, just send all pictures to the podcast Instagram, and we'll take a vote on it and let you know whether you should or shouldn't. So just send those through. Leave your name, number, email address, date of birth, height.
It look like one of them fucking Mormon books with all showing the feet and shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, and if you feet pics, whatever, man. Mainly butts, if that's what you're going for. But just if you want to spice it up now and again, throw in some feet pics, whatever, man. That's not my thing. Per se, but we can get it cracking, man. We can get it cracking. We also got a video from Marco Akadiri that I'll share with the group because he can't be here, guys, because he's out saving the nation. Just give him a little round of applause.
What a guy.
Well done, Michael.
He's doing doctor stuff right now.
Yeah.
I believe he is. I think he's just fucking being lazy. I don't know what he's doing.
Well, he might be a doctor like Dr. Umar.
Right. What isn't his profession? Isn't he a surgeon? I thought he was a surgeon.
He's a surgeon, yeah.
Who?
Nobody needs
Dr. Umar.
Surgery right now.
Akadiri.
No, Akadiri.
Oh, so say.
If Umar is a surgeon, I'm a surgeon, nigga. Fuck that. I'm a fucking.
If Umar's a surgeon and one of his patients down the table, he will go, because that's what the white man wants you to believe is that I didn't do my job properly. We're using these
white
man
give me my tools from Africa.
Yeah,
exactly. it'll be because the tools ain't African.
Did you see his latest video?
I don't watch that guy. I'm not Uncle Ed.
No, it's a clip where he goes, he's basically a direct descendant of Ramses. Ramses II. He's like, I'm a direct descendant of Ramses.
Do you understand
the second? It's like, that's ridiculous.
It's impossible to find that out.
I'm also a direct descendant of Genghis Khan, so
You know what I'm saying?
Direct.
Actually, you know what's funny? That's more likely than the other one, because Genghis Khan had all them fucking kids, and he was a barbarian. So there was a lot of Africans and barbarians. Kazeem could be more related to Genghis Khan than fucking Umar Khabib or Ramses II. That's wow. I would love to. I have to go find that now just to make myself angry.
Yeah, we find it. And the other video that came out, it's things from a while ago. He's talking about getting your kids from the hood.
Oh, and killing the ones that
some of them you got to put them to sleep.
I was like,
I can't psychologize. I can't psychologize these ones.
I don't know how he getting away with what he getting away with, but this nigga is the greatest pimp, scam artist of all time. This nigga is the greatest scammer ever. Him and that black girl who pretended to be a Donald Trump supporter, and all those Trump supporters paid her tuition. One of them two, she did the whole campaign about how she's a Trump supporter and her family disowned her and all these friends, and she's getting attacked online. And thousands of people were like, "Oh my gosh, this is not right." And they pay her all this money for tuition. And she goes, "Psych, you stupid motherfuckers! You think I would vote for this?"
That's brilliant.
Got paid. She got a couple $100K at shit, and she was just like, And they were like, "Yeah, she doesn't have to give it back. You guys gave it to her. She used it for what she want. You fucking idiot."
There was a guy that did that recently. It was a guy or somebody did that recently, and it said something like, it was something to do with the pandemic, and they were like, "We need all this money." It was like a crowdfunding, and I can't remember what it was for, but it was something like against the government. It was or for like the government or some shit like that. Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna do all this, get all the money in, and we're gonna give it to like Boris to do something with or some crap like that." Yeah, but like in the small print and like small bullet points, he was like, "But if certain quotas are not met, then I keep the money." Blah blah blah, and all these quotas weren't met, yeah. And in the small print, if they weren't met, he just took the money and gave it all to a food bank. And was like, "Fuck the government," and walked out. I thought it was gangster.
He's on that Robin Hood shit.
Yeah, man. All right. Here's the video from the doctor. There's no way we can play this on the computer, so yeah, so we just got to play it like this, I think. Oh wait, I can put a file in there. All right, let's just hold on. Let's just have a.
Yeah, man. So I can't be there in the pod today.
Yeah, whatever. All right, nah, don't worry. So we just have to play it like this. You lot ready? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So I can't be there in the pod today, but obviously I know we're going to talk about colorism and like, yeah, I was a victim of that growing up in school, but I didn't want to bitch. The thing is,
hold on, pause it real quick.
Go.
Why is he doing this like it's a dating application video? Like, why is he giving us sexy eyes?
I thought that when I watched it.
I'm looking at this thing like
prior to this podcast. What?
Who does this? Yeah, sir. Say your piece. I can hear it.
I was a victim of that, yeah. But I need healing. You know, I'm a broken man. In that.
Oh, dear.
I don't know, they got like taking the piss out of on it. So I didn't want to make colorism my thing, but like there were people call me Midnight Mike and that. But I never understood it because I would be like, look, I'm at least 5'2". I'm at least 11'55". I'm not that dark. And I think what helped me is getting the beard. So you can see there's a clear difference in the skin, in the color of my beard towards my face. So that really helped, to be honest, because I could be like, nah. I'm near the end of the emoji scale. I'm probably at the end of the emoji scale. But still, like, it don't hurt me as much. But everyone's different, innit? So like it's led to some young girls feeling they need to bleach their skin, which is obviously totally not the right thing at all. When everyone should love the skin they're in.
What did he say at the end?
I think about bleaching.
Your
neck. But he said if you're going to bleach your neck as well. I think he said something along those lines.
If any girls out there bleaching their like skin,
I thought that's the thing. That's the thing. It was a thing in America for a minute. People, it bleaching cream to lighten stuff up and stuff like that. And then I feel like
the God
Caribbean. I feel like I've seen Caribbean women do that here and there.
Africans as well.
Africans too, yeah. I feel like I've seen it, but I feel like it stopped in America for a while because they had the whole Black and Proud and the whole every color of blackness. This is the thing with colorism. I don't get. There was a point, like this shit must have been like 90s when like calling somebody light skin or dark skin came back, because there was a point where it was all the shades of, and everybody was inclusive. Like everything was all inclusive, and that was just like the wave until, like, even if you look at film, there's not a lot of that rhetoric in it. Like 90s when somebody's like, "Are you light, motherfucker? Are you dark, light skin versus dark skin?" I don't know who. Think like somebody said some. I think it's Jamie Foxx or somebody said something about Prince, or somebody not and light skin niggas came back in the fashion or something like that, and that kind of took it off. I don't know who. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying like a collective thing in the States at least. Because I'm growing up real young, no one cared, and then all of a sudden in class, kids was like, "Oh, you know how light skinned girls are," and I was like, "How are like what?" And I wasn't offended, but I was like, "What you mean? Like, are they different somehow? Like, did they do something?"
They think they're prestige. They think they're prestige.
Yeah. Then the more I would experience that, I started to associate those labels. So even if a dark skinned girl was being bougie, I wouldn't see it like that. But if a light skinned girl wouldn't even talk to me, I'm like, "Oh, you too light? Okay, you ain't even talk to me because you light." And I'm like, that doesn't, even me, I'm like, that don't make sense. She don't want to talk to me because I'm an asshole. Like, I just walked up to her with stinking ass breath, grabbed my, she doesn't want to talk to me.
You know where I think it came from? I think it did come from, music and stuff.
Yeah.
And like just LL Cool J's of the world licking their lips and stuff on screen, and then everyone thinking, "Oh, that's the wave to be on."
Yeah.
And doing all that slick stuff, and then people just be like, "I guess that's what we gotta be now. We gotta be like light skinned guys and girls."
Yeah, but you say that, but then Jodeci,
yeah,
they were doing that. Blackstreet,
yeah.
So that's the
their name was Blackstreet.
Maybe
it's like
maybe it was Drake. Maybe it's Drake's fault.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, now it seems like it's Joe. Personally, growing up, Michael Academy, Midnight Mike, which I'll never forget.
Bro, that was hilarious. I laughed out loud when I heard it.
He should have never said that.
It's alliteration, so it's always
that might be the
I never
episode.
Experienced that because the shade I am. I never experienced that, but I think my little brother, some of them might have because they're lighter. But I don't. Dark friends that I had, dark skinned girls or guys, I never really heard anyone say anything about their skin like around me, but I'm sure they experience. I just never experienced colorism because I'm just like in the middle, that brown in the middle where it's just like, this had nothing to do with me. I mean, I've seen it, but just not with like close personal friends. It's just weird to me because to me it seems, and this is just my own ignorance, it just seems like jokingly. Because if I say something about somebody, like if I say Darran light skin or say something about him being like, it's for me it's a joke, and I know Darran gets it as a joke, but I don't know. I wouldn't do that to a stranger. Like I wouldn't have a conversation with a stranger about you acting light skin because I don't know how he's going or she's going to take that, or dark skin. Are you being dark? But it's never like there is no acting dark skin. There's always acting light skin.
Maybe we should start it.
I've heard someone say that you've got a dark skin voice to some guy who's light skin.
A dark skin what? A dark skin what?
Voice.
Like deep or something?
Yeah.
That's cold.
I don't know.
Zero sense.
She's like, "Oh, you don't talk like I thought you talk," and he was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "I thought you sound more light skinned, but you don't. You sound more dark." And he's just like, "What are you even about?"
Yeah, that makes zero sense. Unless it's like a Barry White kind of voice.
Yeah. Like Idris Elba's voice is deep. Think about who is light skinned deep voice.
Wait, here's my thing about what you said. Well, my thing about the light skin dark skin thing is who is it? The bag? Is it the paper bag test? Is that you do it?
Yeah.
What?
Because there's some people who
I never heard of this.
The paper bag test.
So
basically, it's just a brown paper bag you get in America.
Yeah.
If you're darker than it, you're dark skinned. If you like it, you're like. And then,
that's how they used to do it. That's how they used to do it.
But check this, yeah. So you see my complexion here, yeah?
Yeah.
It's just like brown, you know, whatever. But then, like, let me move this. Up here, bro, where there's, like, that's a completely different tone. Like, up here, I swear to God, up here, I'm light skinned. I swear down.
That's because you ain't got no sun on your skin.
And me, have you seen me as a baby? There's a picture over there. Me as a baby, I'm light skinned, player.
You are fairly light when you was a kid. Those pictures of you as a kid, you are fairly light. I don't know. I know there's a lot, because after we were talking about it, I looked on Twitter and some other places. I see people arguing about it and having conversations, but it's more of a conversation of, it's more in this conversation of what is blackness. Like everybody's trying to make it a singular definition, which is a problem, because that's just excluding everybody that's not like you, and that's ignorant as fuck. Because white people don't have these arguments. Chinese people don't have these arguments. No one else has these arguments. What does it mean to be Chinese? He's just Chinese. It means your name is Wong. That's what it means. I mean, see, like me, that's the end of the story. You're from Shanghai, you're from Wuhan, you're Chinese, but you grew up in Jamaica, you're still Chinese. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But it's just us who's like, oh, well, you light skinned, and how black are you? Do you know, like it's that show, Black as Fuck.
Do you know Kunta Kinte personally?
Right, yeah, that show, Black as Fuck, where she's like, I have to know all the names of the Wayans and all the Jacksons, because people do test. I know back home, darker people test lighter people, like, oh.
But don't you feel like black people test black people in general, like testing your blackness?
Yeah, true.
Well, but I think for us it's like that because similar to what Phileo's just saying, a joke that I have where, because our thing is actually a colour rather than a location. If it was just describe ourselves as African, then you probably would you probably would feel that you was more tested on how much you knew about Africa. Because I know that my Chinese friends, they'll ban and test each other, and my Indian friends will ban and test each other about the
Asian friends. The only thing your Asian friends need to test each other for is coronavirus. That's it, bro.
That
Wuhan flu.
Not wrong. Just because it's racist doesn't mean it's wrong. Nah, man. Fucking. Yeah, it's just weird though, because to me, it's like someone's dark. It doesn't really define their level of blackness to me, because if I look at my idols in blackness,
well, Ali was light skinned. He's a
I was gonna say most of them are light, like
racial activist. Like
Malcolm X is his nickname was Red because he was so light. They call him Red. High yellow. He's red. Like Angela Davis. There's so many who are just like basically passing as white. Or mixed race even, and no one is calling like the way you treat Rashida Jones as is she black or not? You should treat more than half of these people as if they're black or not. Like a lot of them, and no one having a say. So I think now it's more like, to be honest with you, I think a lot of the fake woke people just don't have shit else to talk about.
You know what resonated with me as well as a young kid was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode where Will gets invited into the fraternity, and and because he's like cool and blah blah, and they don't want to accept Colton, and then Colton just lays it down on them.
Yeah. I think even up till date, that's probably like the best example of someone explaining that I've heard. And I know that sounds crazy because from the Fresh Prince and Carlton, but they had a lot of dope messages in that show, I believe. And a lot of shows didn't deal with that particular inner fighting issue, like Martin, Cosby. A lot of those shows never dealt, but they really dealt with it, because if you think about it, in the beginning of Fresh Prince, Will used to treat Carlton like that. Will used to be like calling him white and not black enough and corny and like that. And then one day they got over it because Carlton kind of approached Will in a way, and then they kind of, I think they just kind of wrote it out because it kind of seemed a lot like that's kind of corny.
Yeah.
And then that episode I was like, because he said it perfectly. What did he say? Something like, we're running the same race and jumping over the same hurdles, so why trip me up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, ooh.
That resonated with me hard.
Bars. It's real, yeah. I said that. Yeah.
Bars.
I was for real. I was just like, I was like, that makes the most sense, because he was just like, he ain't a brother, and it's dope because that's all it took was like what was that, like a minute monologue, like monologue. It was like a minute of him just saying that, and he said, "Black is not what I'm trying to be; is what I am." I remember most of it. He was just like, because I don't wear this, it doesn't make me down, or whatever. That's what he said. He said, you keep talking about togetherness or us being together, but I don't know what that means. And I was like,
because I listened to Barry Manilow, and Will's like, listen, he ain't really my cousin.
He means they're right, y'all. Yeah. That's just great.
I remember when I was younger, a real kind of penny dropping moment for me where I thought, a lot of people just chat shit when it comes to like colorism thing and stuff, or what blackness is when my older cousins were having a discussion, and when I was younger, they were saying about how they're like teenagers at the time, saying about how they only like black women. They like black women. I was like, cool. So then I remember my sister and my others were just listing different celebrity women that were just generally attractive white women, and they was like, nope, wouldn't date her. She's just like black women, yeah. And then they go, what about Mariah Carey? And they're like, yeah, she's nice. And then like, yeah, but she looks white. And he's like, no, but she's black. I was like, all right, so really this is nothing to do with looks. You because in your head you've categorized someone as black, you now find them attractive. And it's like, so the colorism thing, it's like if you just cast someone as one category of something and not another, then you just run with it, and that's it. So I think some people in the head could be darker than Mariah Carey but doesn't act a certain way, so their mind's like not black. But then someone could be lighter than Mariah Carey but because they act a certain way, in their mind's like, yeah, they're black. Is that when people that gave Fat Joe a pass was dropping the N-bomb but tried to drag J-Lo? I was like, they're literally the same race of person.
But I read somewhere that like a lot of like Hispanics and stuff, they were called niggas as well.
Yeah, the thing is, it's weird because here, like Indians, people in America listen to what we call Indians, what they call Asians. They got called nigger here in England, and people call them nigger and black bastard as well, because they were like, well, all y'all motherfuckers are dark.
And Indians take
some of y'all just got white people here. Yeah,
they're like, I'm not there, vegan. No.
Yeah, they get mad, boy. They get pissed. But that's the thing. You're right, that J-Lo thing. I remember when that came out, because I just remember black people being like, "Why we're not having this conversation?" Because Terror Squad been saying nigga ever. Fat Joe and them been saying this forever. J-Lo said it. She Puerto Rican. I thought she was in the Terror Squad. I didn't even know the difference. And so I thought all Puerto Rican rap hung out together. That's what I thought. I had no clue. Because we don't have Puerto Ricans in the South. We have Mexicans. Mexicans do not do that shit. Mexicans don't drop that. There's a rapper, Cat. He's Mexican. He's from Atlanta. He's from College Park. And Pharrell signed him.
What's his name?
Hood as they come. Cap G, K-A-P space G. And he got dope songs. He got a couple of dope songs, actually. Some of them were popular for a minute. And he's Mexican, hood as they come. Never on a record did I hear him say it. Not one time. I listen to all his albums. Transverse, there's a motherfucking Chinese rapper. I can't remember his name, but he's from New York. He says nigga in his fucking song. Yeah. And no one say anything to him, or they do think, I don't think he's ever going to make it, most specifically because of that, and also because no one thinks of Chinese American gangster kids as credible at all. Yeah, it's just like, dude, even if your family had a rough, you're Chinese immigrants, you guys had a little bit of money. You don't have to do this. This is like something you got yourself into. But other than that, I don't really, it don't bother me for different reasons, but I can see where people get upset. Puerto Ricans know this, though. I do know this. Any Puerto Rican or Hispanic person that's not Mexican that comes up to the South, they don't be dropping that shit down South. Because they're wise enough to know they don't play that shit down South. Like, it's different. So in New York, I guess cats let them get away with it because they live on top of each other. And maybe Puerto Ricans was getting called niggas too, and Dominicans. The Dominicans are black. I'm sick of that conversation. Dominicans black as fuck. But maybe it was a time where that was okay. But I know they don't come to Atlanta. There's no Puerto Rican that comes to Atlanta. But what's up, my nigga? Because they already probably.
Also, the South is like a lot more heavily linked to slavery, no?
Yeah.
So
and all that type of stuff. Like we get the bad rap for most races when in fact Boston is hands down probably Boston Northeast is terrible. Philly, get the fuck out of here. They have a statue of Rocky and not a statue of Frazier. This is fucking stupid.
It's Bill Burr said that,
Bill Burr got it's like, are you joking? Like, is this a real thing? Like, it's how racist you are.
It's like you
have a statue of who and not who?
The statue of Rocky, a fictional boxer.
Yeah.
And not Joe Frazier.
The Joe Frazier,
arguably the second greatest boxer of all time. Go ahead.
You know what Joe talking about?
Who did more for the city though?
Joe Frazier. Frazier did a bunch. No one gave a fuck about fucking Pennsylvania until Joe Frazier was like, who gives a shit? No one gave a shit. Yeah, but nah. I don't know. I mean, Puerto Rican kids. I actually don't know too many like Hispanic kids like that. Even when I was in New York, I never ran around any that would do it. I think because the people I ran around was comics, and they were from everywhere. And I think it was too many Southern and other comics around that probably don't tolerate that for them to continue to do no shit like that.
Right.
I don't know. I never got bullied for being black or dark or nothing like that. The only thing I ever happened to me because of my color was white people, and then there was only one instance with black people. Like white people being racist my whole life, but one instance with black people. It was a black guy, and I remember I think I was like skateboarding, like I was like somewhere like in a different neighborhood, and I was skateboarding, and he just said to me, he was like, "Why are you doing this white boy shit?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "You're a black man, shouldn't be doing this stuff that white people do." He gave me this whole lecture, and I'm for some reason I'm standing and listening, like I don't know, like why are you talking to me?
That's the dumbest stuff ever. Hey, don't do something you enjoy.
Like, right. He's like, this is not what you need to do as a black man. And you got the white people brainwashing you, something like that. And he was like, look at your shirt. I had a Jimi Hendrix shirt, but it just said, it was a lyric from Jimi Hendrix. And he was like, well, that's some rock and roll from some white guy. And I was like, it's Jimi Hendrix. I don't even know.
That rock and roll was invented by white guys.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. But it didn't really bother me. But I was just like, that's weird that he was like, I would never be friends or have a kid like you or something. I was like, all right. But other than that, no black person ever was like.
Imagine someone goes to you, oh man, I'll never be friends with you. Okay. Right. Okay.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right. Cool.
So weird.
I've never heard anyone, yeah. How old was you when this happened?
Like 12.
Okay, so yeah,
I was like 40 years old.
There you go. Okay, so I've never met anybody outside of like year 2 in primary school that tries to use friendship as blackmail. You ever been in school and like you have sweets or something, and then someone's like, "Oh, if you give me one, I'll be your best friend." And then you're like, "Oh, I'll have a best friend." Yeah, take some skills then or whatever. But like outside of year 2, it's like, if you give me one, I'll be your best friend. Fuck off, man. I don't want you to be my best friend. I don't need a like this 4-year-old man going, "I would never be friends with you unless you take that shirt off or whatever." So skateboarding. What? You're a grown ass man, and you're trying to barter with friendship. Get out of here, man.
It's ridiculous. So I'm just like. For me, I don't know. Like I know I could theory had that people bullied them, but I don't know. Did that happen to y'all? Did y'all have people like?
No, I'm not sure. For me, like I've said on stage, where I grew up, there wasn't enough black people for colorism.
Yeah, so you were a black person.
Just black. That's it. It's just black, and anything I did was their barometer or indicator of what blackness was. Yeah, it's just I love. If I was shit at something, I'll just fall back like, well, black people don't do that. I'd be crap at bowling. They're like, oh, Darran, you're shit at bowling. Yeah, well, black people don't really bowl. I'm crap at bowling. They're like, oh, okay. And then I haven't cleared it up with a few of them, so they're probably still walking around their workplace telling people black people don't bowl. But
have you ever done that? Have you ever just told some ignorant person who asked you some terrible thing and they still believe it? I told a guy that black people, he was like, how come black people don't burn and like when the sun's out, like you guys don't burn? And I was like, oh, we have the same thing in our crocodiles. In fact, we absorb the sunlight, and that keeps us warm. That's why when we go in the house, we always got the air conditioner on. He's like, black people's house is always cold. I was like, that's because we be hot from outside. We absorb that like reptiles. That's why we sleep a long time.
That's hilarious.
That. I don't.
When you went,
he believed it's so true. I was like, I'm never gonna say that this isn't a thing.
imagine telling someone, yeah, that's why we always got the air conditioning on, and their response is, black people's house is always cold. Like, oh, it finally makes sense. Like, oh, that's why it's always on.
Dropped for them.
That's why it's always on. It is always. I wonder why it was always cold in there. Jeez.
Oh,
well, I had yeah, like I had one friend who was younger. She said, "Are black people black because they always put on cocoa butter?"
I would have responded yes, 100%, but don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
That's exactly why. Don't press it.
And in my head, I was like, "How does that make sense?" And yes, it does make sense. In the sense, just like, right, cocoa's brown and black people are brown, but cocoa butter is white.
But I think about it.
How would that make some brown? I just looked at it, I was like, no. It's like, oh, okay.
Since we're on the topic,
it was on their mind, it's just let it go.
I'm going to question your blackness right now, since we're on the topic, Darren. What cocoa butter are you using that is white?
Cocoa butter is white?
Yeah, the
like
Palmer's.
Palmer. Oh, you using
the lotion. He's talking about the jelly, yeah. He's talking about that yellow jelly.
But even the lotion's not like, it's yellow, isn't it?
It's not, yeah, but it's not brown. Come on. It's not.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Point out.
I
got the one in the tub. The tub.
Yeah, you got that one. Perfect. That you can't get off.
They're hard.
Exactly. When I used to be a kid,
you put too much on.
When I used to be a kid, yeah, and on a rare occasion, I would see my dad. He would. That
wasn't even meant to be funny.
just facts.
I was like, should I laugh at this?
Yeah, just facts. You can laugh at it. He would always put too much on him, too much cocoa butter, and then he would tell me to. He would call me over and make me put my hands out so that he could rub it into my hands and get it off of his hands. And I'll be like, well, now I need to rub it on something to get it off my... Like, this is stupid. What are you doing? Just get some tissue or whatever and wipe off your hands. Get a towel. Stop wiping it on me. But yeah.
You just put it in places that you wouldn't usually, like your legs. I just do the t-shirt. I cream myself for the public. So it's just my arms and my face. That's it. So my chest and my legs are like, they're like 70 years old. About 70 years old.
My guy, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? I got to cream every crevice, every orifice.
My feet are 100 old.
The thing is, I get what you're saying. Okay, I'm not creaming myself for the public, but like, I don't know if this could be construed as like colorism as well. Like, is like I can't now. Growing up as being black, I can't go outside, even if I got jeans on, and know that my legs are dry because someone else might know that my legs are dry. I don't know if someone can tell, but it's just like on my head, innit? I'll be like, because that's the thing, innit? With being black, you can't have dry ankles, fam. Just can't.
Not
out. So, but imagine like one time your ankles are dry and someone saw them and you got roasted for an hour.
Oh, then it's over. Yeah, then I would have to hold it.
Yeah, but then after that, you're a young kid. I don't matter if I got that happened to me one time. Yeah, around my cousins, and I was doing you. I wasn't creaming for the public. Ain't no one gonna see him. And then for some reason, everyone started talking about dry ankles, and it started showing off their ankles, going, "See, my ankles aren't dry." I was like,
random stuff and search. Just a random stuff and search.
I was like, I know somewhere in this circles is gonna get to me in a minute, and I don't know. I was
so you had to go to the toilet.
I was trying to lick and everything, and they saw my dry. Yeah, and
catch yourself on the train. You're like,
in there. Oh, that's the worst one. In there. But from now on, my ankles, my legs are always gotta be cream, just in case. You never know when someone might kick up a discussion about dry ankles.
My thing is, if it's even cold, like a little bit outside, and I got pants on, my legs are on fire if my skin's not moisturized.
I don't know. I'm not wrong and strong about this. You see, in that situation, Kazeem did, I would have somehow found myself to the bathroom and would have been just going through cupboards, just looking for something. I've been like, I know I'm wrong here.
Do you know what I should have done? I should have pissed myself. Same way Phileo's got that joke about where he shit himself to get out.
That's what you should have done.
I should have pissed myself.
No, because you would have just had moisturized lines in just
no, but no one would have asked to see my ankles. No one would have asked to see my ankles.
You'd rather be pissy than ashy in front of black people.
100%.
I feel that.
Because what hurts more when you're older and everyone goes, "Oh, I remember that time you pissed yourself." It's like, yeah, whatever, I was 5. Or that time you go, "Remember when your ankles were so dry, bro?" That's gonna hurt me in my chest, fam.
Yeah.
Like on a different level.
I feel I can.
Even when like anyone I see this bit is dry, I want to slap him.
Yeah.
Oh, right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That can't be dry.
Well, with this extra hand washing thing, that's got a bit mad because it's just like constant hand wash, constant.
Oh, trying to get it over.
Constant hand wash, constant.
Can I tell you the truth? My hand washing hasn't increased or decreased since this whole pandemic.
Your hand washing hasn't.
It hasn't increased or decreased. It's just same level. It's just the only thing I do. I went food shopping today, and the only thing I do is they have like the spray to spray down your trolley, disinfectant, and then I hand sanitize. But I'm not washing my hands 500 times a day.
So I don't use hand sanitizer because it's too dry. It's alcohol, isn't it? So it just dries out your skin.
So you don't use it because okay. Yeah, that's.
So you're just openly saying you're not going to do it. You don't care about germs.
No, I wash my hands with soap, with hand wash, but like just the alcohol, just like Purell or kind of stuff.
So what you're trying to say is that water and soap doesn't dry out your hands.
Start your sentences. I don't know how you can start your sentences with what you're trying to say. That's what I said.
I love that.
So what you're trying to say is. So you believe. So your opinion is. Your argument is soap and water doesn't dry out your hands as much as
as much
as hand
soap
sanitizer
and water.
Yeah.
Soap and water doesn't dry out your hands as much as.
I don't use soap. This isn't 94.
Oh, so you don't use soap? Oh, so you don't use soap now? So that's what you're trying to say is you just use water.
See, he's trying to back me the corner. No, water and antibacterial hand wash.
And you know for a fact it's antibacterial.
Yeah, it says it on the little bottom bit. Carex.
Okay.
Antibacterial.
Okay, because it says on the well, so it must be okay. So what we're trying to say is you just believe. Anything.
You know what? Yeah, how they do it on TV. Once we go, okay, well, on to the next segment of the show. Just move on.
Boris Johnson's back in action.
Is he good? Is he healthy?
He's out giving speeches, shaking hands and kissing babies, and making babies.
Motherfucker.
He's got the ones he count.
He's got a lot of kids.
He's got 6 or 7 kids. Or how are you listing your kids with or
6
in the
or
number?
7?
Or 6 or 7
6
kids.
or 6 to
607 kids.
I would like to say that to
I got 6 to 8 kids.
I would like to say that to a girl. Go up to her and be like, I have 5 or none STIs. So let's just roll this dice, shall we? 5 or none.
Between 5 or 0.
Yeah.
I know I ain't got more than 5.
It's hard. These are hard and fast numbers.
I definitely don't have 6. I might have none. but I also might have 5. I definitely don't have 3, 2. I don't have 4. It's 5 or none.
So, what you doing later?
Hey, you know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you something. This is unprecedented. I know a few girls, and I still got the texts that will fuck you if you have an STD. I know a few that will be like, "So what you got?" Yeah.
Well, they're trying to get it.
No. That they hoes, nigga.
Just don't care.
Oh,
they don't care. Like they'll be like, "What you got?" Like I'm telling you, and not because of me. I would say if it's because of me, because I'm filthy. But one of my boys screenshot these texts, and I know because I know the girl. I know that this happened. He was like, "Man, yeah, I got the clap. He got chlamydia." I was like, "Oh shit, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Go take some antibiotics, nigga. Why you talking to me? Drink your drink. What does this have to do with anything?" And he was like, "Yeah, but this girl trying to fuck." And I was like, "Nah, man, you gotta tell her you can't be giving. Even I'm like, you can't be giving bitch. Come on, dog. Like, come on." He was like, "Nah, man." I told her, and she was like, "Well, I've had before." I was like, "You need to never fuck that bitch again. Like ever. Like don't talk to her, nigga. That is a murderer. That is a kill. That bitch has no problem. She perform on abortions, nigga. I don't know. She don't even get a hanger. She just squeeze the stomach real hard and flex, and then shoot the fucking fetus out.
That is disgusting.
She's nasty, bro.
That is a disgusting. No, that is a disgusting image you just painted in my head.
Oh,
man said squeeze. Man said squeeze the stomach.
I mean, I'm pro-choice. What are you talking about, bro? Pro-choice.
What are you, Darren?
Pro-life.
No, pro-choice. You seen my bit.
You seen my bit. I like that.
I've never heard
everything.
Yeah, I've never heard so many stutters in a sentence. This is you've seen my bit. You've seen it, right? You've seen it.
You seen my bit. This is my bit.
That's how comedians defend everything. You've seen my bit. You know.
That's not true. I got a joke about it.
Super pro-choice.
Super pro-choice.
No, super pro-choice. Up until 18 years of age.
18 years of age. Pro-choice. I'm pro-choice for a lifetime, innit? Just however old you feel.
Just
like
kill
you
your kid if you want.
Not like kill him. I'm like, but like pro-choice and just like walking out, just if I want to. See you later.
You and Marvin Dad both be on pro-choice. I said you and Marvin Gaye's father. Marvin Gaye's father shot him. He killed him.
It's so wild, isn't it?
In his defense, Marvin Gaye was the size of a linebacker. Like he played football or out for football.
Well,
he's huge.
He was up and
his
down.
His surname's Gay.
He was up and down. He lost a lot of weight, put it all back on again. He yo-yos.
You can't be black and have a surname Gay in the 70s.
Yeah, that's also true.
60s. Like you got to get big and defend yourself.
You can't have your last name be Gay now and be black.
That's what I was about to say.
Motherfuckers will come for you for that. It's still a large percentage of most communities, not just black communities. Excuse me. What's your last name?
Instantly. If your surname is Gay.
Hey, here comes Johnny Queer. Man, my last name's Gay. Is it? Oh my God.
You have to try and put some French accents on there. It's pronounced Guyer.
Right.
Guyer. Okay. Right.
But imagine being like at the doctors or something. They come out, Mr. Gay. Have we got a gay anywhere in the room? 7 people stand up. Oh, I thought you was counting all the gays in the room. Sorry.
I did. I asked my wife that, is there any names, if I had as a surname, she wouldn't have taken in marriage?
And she said the one I have right now.
No, because she said names. She said names that I never even thought about. She said, because she said Blackstock. Like, what?
What?
Blackstock.
Did she date somebody named Blackstock?
Hold on. Darren's wife is from a very notorious area of London, so there could have been someone's street name.
And I said, why? I go, why? It's like, because it immediately makes you think of slavery.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
I can see that.
I never even thought of that. Now that name is ruined in my head. I'm just like, anytime I see that name, I'm like, a curious name you have. I was like, well, okay, what about the other end of the scale then? So Freeman. She's like, yeah, no,
Same.
same.
That's the same.
It's the same thing.
It's like it's the opposite of the same thing. It's like, no. I was like, okay. That's like, but yeah, I think just general swear words as well.
That's fucking funny as shit.
My surname is always a hard one to sell. If I ever get married, I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is gonna be your surname now. By the way, Jamal's
It's
got my
double
real.
barrel, isn't it?
Yeah, but I hardly use the last bit, only on formal documents.
It's the last bit your dad's.
Mm.
So that's why you drop it.
Not just that either, because
And it's fucking long.
it's long. But if you're like, I don't know, if someone calls you up, internet provider or whatever, and they see both names, they immediately go to the easier name to say.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, don't disrespect me just because. Like, put in the effort, it's like not that difficult. Even if you get it slightly wrong, at least you've tried, innit? But people just instantly go, hello, is Mr. Is Mr. Edwards there, please? Jesus Christ. Change your name. But no,
my thing, difficult names to say is everyone can pronounce every single name. It's just how much value they put on the person with the name.
Yeah, there's a fighter in the UFC with a Polish surname, and Joe Rogan says it's like it's nothing.
That's what I'm saying. If that guy scores 20 goals a season for your team, whatever team you support, if that guy is the main man in your team, you can pronounce the name easily. You would do. I can guarantee.
When you see Aubameyang written out, you're like, "What? Are you Bayayang?" But then you realize this guy bangs goals, and you're like Aubameyang.
You can either ask or just say, "Listen, I don't know how to mess this up. I'm gonna give my best shot." That's just as good. If you didn't get any briefing before, motherfuckers really just be on that shit and just be like, all right, Mr. Torty. What? That is not how you say his last name. Mr. 420. I have a question.
Mr. 420. Oh, do you know your name's also celebrated holiday? But anytime I've hosted a show, and Bemi's been on it, I always get his surname wrong, which is super disrespectful because we're both Nigerian as well. And I'm like, yeah, Bemi, hola. I never say his full name.
Is it just Oladipo?
Yeah, but I always forget. I think it's because he's not. I think it's because he's not Yoruba. I don't respect him. I'm like, I can't say this guy's name. But if he is Yoruba, Pele, innit? Pele. You know what that means, Phileo?
Oh, man.
Wait, Pele? Oh, no, I thought you were talking. I thought you was.
It means sorry.
What is that?
It means sorry.
Oh, well, I'm not going to repeat it because I don't trust that.
And you're also Ghanaian or something. So.
Yeah.
Oh, the colorism is back.
There it is.
Colorism is back in fashion. But also, Ghanaians are whack. So yeah, I said it here first. I said it in my show. I said it in my bit. I've got a bit about that. Remember, I said it.
That's all you have to say. That's a new excuse. Oh, you heard my bit. I said it in my bit. I say this in a bit.
Yeah. And clearly, I'm joking. Oh.
Yeah. Sit on stage as a joke.
Also, you guys should hit up this guy called Variety Splash on Instagram and send him some clips because he does free promo to about 7,000 people.
Okay.
And he's posted a bunch of myself. I get maybe like a few followers off of it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Can anyone else hear that clicking?
I can hear it. Yeah. I hear it now that you just said that. Tell me, hold on.
I muted mine. Did it go away? Oh, it's you, Phileo.
Wait.
Oh, so let me mute my.
No, it's gone now anyway. Oh, no, it's back. Wait.
Is it me then?
Wait, let me mute. Oh, it's Darran.
Oh yeah, it might be Darran.
Is it me?
Yeah, it is you. He came back.
Yeah.
What was it? Clicking?
Yeah, it sounds like.
Use your
How about
headphones.
now? Has it stopped?
Yep.
I don't know what it was.
What was
I had
it?
my finger on where the jack. But, where it
Ah,
goes in.
technical difficulties. All right, man. Anything
Just
else
about
anyone
to-
want to speak about?
When do you think we're getting back on stage? When do you think that's ever going to happen?
Please.
September, October.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think so. Doesn't really matter now. Well, what are we in May? So June, July, August. It'll be pretty. It'll be pretty dead. Well, maybe not. Well, yeah, August would definitely be dead because of Edinburgh. So it would have just been a lot of, and then summer as well. Like Phileo says, it's not really the hot months for comedy.
Nah. Which is the thing is like now, especially if comedy came back now during fucking when this is done.
Oh, yeah, then it would boom.
It's gonna be hard. It will. It will boom to a degree, but I think it'll be hard.
Well, actually, maybe not. No one would probably even still feel safe to come out.
They want to be. They either don't think it's safe to come out, or they want to be out and doing something. They want to talk to people.
Yeah, they don't want to be sitting.
They don't want to sit quiet and listen.
Yeah, they've been doing that already.
That's not the mind state right now. They've been that's all they've been doing is watching TV. So they've been watching stand-up comedy on Netflix and shit. If you can look at the analytics of Netflix and Amazon, all these things, that shit is booming. It's bigger than it's almost ever been because that's all people have to do. You binge watch a series and you don't have other series you want to watch. Like, fuck it, I'll just watch all of Kevin Hart's specials. So that's another reason why I'm like, YouTube are lucky that you put something out. I would keep pushing that out. I would keep owning it. I would even do like a paid advert somewhere, Facebook or something, like put this out, another stand-up, hour stand-up, because people are just watching it. Motherfuckers you don't know will watch it. Like have people post it and because they ain't got nothing else to watch. They have nothing else to do. If they've seen all 5 of Kevin Hart specials, now might as well watch you. That's what they're doing. Mine are getting a lot of plays. I'm like, shit, who's watching all this shit? People have nothing to fucking do. So it helps us with streams and getting you probably won't get followers because nobody gives a fuck, but you get streams and views, which looks amazing, which looks good on you still in the same way. And and as long as no one's commenting this nigga sucks, I think you're all right.
Yeah, that's the risk, innit? This guy's not funny. Thumbs down.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's it. Yeah. That's what I've been trying to do, is just waiting for opportune moments to post a clip that's kind of related to something that's happened in the news. So I kind of tenuously did the last stand-up clip I posted because I mentioned NHS. I was like, okay, I can post this because everyone's talking about the NHS at the moment. The joke's not even about the NHS.
Yeah.
But as long as you say it, as long as you say NHS.
NHS. So I cool. Post it out.
This last week or so, I've lacked motivation to do anything. Any sketches, even writing jokes on Twitter. I was just like, people even started messaging me like, "You've got a bit quiet." I was like, "Yeah, well."
Yeah, people have been doing that to me, and I'm like, I don't know what you guys want from me, man. I got 2 things on Amazon. Watch some shits again. I don't fucking like. I'm waiting to edit other stuff, but I'm also kind of like, because I'm putting that out, and I can keep putting out content, but at the same time, is it weird for me to feel like if I don't put as much when it does start back up, people will be like, oh my god, I haven't seen you in so long, and be more excited to see me. Someone that they've seen constantly the entire lockdown, just get enough of you and they're like, okay, I've seen you, I'm good. And it's also like with comedy, your style of humor is not that, like, it doesn't change that much. Your style and brand of humor is your style and brand of humor, and after someone has seen so much of you, they're kind of like, okay, that's it. I've had my fill of you.
Only so much you can do at home on your ones. Like, I've been writing a lot of sketches, like 2-3 minute sketches, but it's gonna like require more than one
someone
person.
else.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or you could go the route of doing what Mo does, but then that's what Mo does. It's just like, I'm not gonna put on no disrespect at all. They're funny, but I'm not gonna put on wigs and do different characters and draw relations between, like, that's just not my thing.
But that's how he got his start anyway. So people expect that from him. For me, I'm like, people, if I keep doing sketches and then I'm all of a sudden when this is over, I'm not doing sketches. Niggas like, where the sketches at?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because that's the other thing. The drop off is going to be hard when you have to focus back on stand up. You have to focus on that. You're like, I don't have time to film a sketch, but I have to make these jokes bang so I can put meat in the seats so I can get some fucking money.
Yeah, that's the reason I went so hard in like the first couple of weeks, is because like I was bored and I needed to fill that void of doing stand up. So I just banging out sketches. But I'll be honest with you, then I just started running out of ideas because I'm not out anywhere. I'm not doing anything, and it's the same old thing on the news.
That's the thing. You got
even with like my news sketch, the 60-second news, I'm like, it's the same thing in the news every week. I can't keep talking about it. Like, I don't want to keep talking about coronavirus in a news sketch. Like, nothing funny is really happening in the world. So
yeah,
because no one's out doing anything.
Is like I come up with the thing I sent you guys. I come up with stuff only because I'm watching and absorbing. You're supposed to. I'm trying to live. So I'm trying to live within the confines of my home. So I'm trying to read and watch TV and movies and document things I would never normally not watch. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. Oh, something funny in that. And then I write that idea down because I can't really bounce it off of anyone. You know what I mean? I can't really do it.
People be messaging me, be like, oh, have you been writing jokes and stuff like that? I'd be like, not really. Because when I write a joke or I get an idea, like I write my ideas down, but I don't write out full joke. Because when I write the full joke out, I'm like, all right, tomorrow I got a spot, so I'm going to go try this out. What's the point?
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I can't be bothered to sit here and then have to wait 3-4 months before I can even try this out. You know what I mean? I want to go and try it out immediately so that I can work on it or whatever. But so I have the ideas written down, and then when comedy does come back, then I can flesh it out. But don't really have the motivation to write anything like out, like sit down and write. Because to me, it's going to be funny because it's me. But I'm like, does this translate on stage? Is this right or whatever? So, yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see who and what comes out the other side of this in terms of comedy. So I imagine there'll be some people who will completely just drop away from it. 100%. Those who can't be bothered to do this anymore. And stuff, and there'll be others who'll be itching to get back. I didn't think I was that bothered about not performing. But now so much time has passed, it's like I just want to be behind the microphone and just chat shit for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So even if no one else, I'm happy. I just want to just get behind the microphone and just say ideas into a mic and see if anything sticks.
Yeah, man. I didn't perform for about 3 or 4 weeks before the lockdown even came because February was quite a month for me. Was it so January? No, January. I booked it out heavy because I took a few weeks off towards the back end of December. Like I don't think I performed since the second week of December.
Maybe you didn't perform for ages.
And in January, I just hit it hard. And I was doing so much, I forgot to like start booking myself in for February. So I only had like a few things. And then the last actually comedy thing I went to in general was when you performed the New Cross Phileo at that pub in the back with Jamal. And then the lockdown came and I was like, wow, it's been ages. So it's like for other people, it'll be difficult because one of the hardest things is to get back into a routine.
Yeah.
Like when I stopped playing rugby, I stopped going to the gym, and now the hardest thing for me is to get back into the routine of exercise.
Oh, dude, I gotta tell you, that's the same thing. So it's just, I look at it like martial arts. I'm over here trying to practice every day, and I'm just like, I have not practiced full in a while, and I'm out of shape. I'm like, do I even care? I mean, I know I could beat up at least 2 guys. That's good enough. Like I don't like what am I doing? Because it makes it difficult, and that's what I'm afraid of. Not being rusty with it, but I'm afraid of like going up there and approaching it like I still got this, and I don't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So,
but I think that's going to help. It's going to give you that rush of like being new again, being like, I want this to go well and blah blah, and you know what I mean.
I think it'll help me rediscover my voice, and maybe you guys too. Like I'll be like, you know what, I do want to slow down more on stage. I do want to do this more on stage, do that, position myself with the audience in this way on stage. So I think that's like a big help. Is that
It's
you
helped,
have to go back and rediscover yourself in a way.
What it has done is it's made me, I guess, analyze this hour a lot more. Like not like I say, I'm not writing or anything, but really think about what I want it to be.
Yeah.
And how I want it to go.
Yeah.
The 20, 30 minutes I've already got is going to stay, regardless, because it's a good 20 to 30 minutes. But it's like, all right, on the back end of this now, what is my approach? Because also that hour is like a very personal hour. And in the beginning, there's like a lot of emotion, but it's kind of like now I'm kind of over all that crap. So that first 20 to 30 minutes, I'm obviously going to have to like rediscover some emotion just for the stage to deliver it, whether my headspace is there or not. But that back end now is like, what am I going to talk about now that everything's made me slow down? And whereas this hour could have been ready by September, October, but now I don't know, I might take a bit longer to do it because of this, and I might stumble across some things that I wouldn't have previously.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah.
For
So all right.
It's like when you end sex at some girl's house, you don't want to talk to her.
Well,
you just you fake a phone call, huh?
You haven't discussed what's going to be happening after. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought I was staying over? Oh, that's crazy, yo. Oh man.
I used to do the fucking order my Uber. Be like, hey, my Uber's outside. They'd be like, you ordered Uber? Yeah. I ain't gonna cancel it. Damn, yeah. He waiting out there. I'm like, I'll see you though. I'll see you. I never would say I'll see you later. I'm like, I'll see you.
I'll see you.
There's no time. I just know that at some point.
Day.
All right, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna holler back.
Oh, there. Okay.
That's what we should talk about. What's the weirdest situations you've been in with girls next time? Like, what's some of the weirdest shit? Like it don't have to be like gross, but just like weird. You're like, what the fuck is going on? What am I doing? And it's like you put yourself in a situation, not her. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, of course. Oh, of course. That'd be a good one. That's a good one next week.
Yeah.
Let's do some topics. So we'll have that as a topic, have a think or whatever, and we'll come back with some structure, I guess.
Yeah.
Why not,
eh? Also, I feel like, this has been a good podcast. We spoke about a lot of things. And we haven't really missed the other two, which shows us that they're not integral to operations. They're expendable is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? So, no, I'm joking. We missed.
Jordan, Pippen and Rodman here. That's what it is.
It is. I'm Rodman. No, Phileo's Rodman. This guy, the first time I met this guy had blonde or red hair. I couldn't remember.
I'll be Rodman.
You are Rodman. You're Darran, you're definitely what's his name?
Pippen.
Yeah. You hold everything up. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like you do the unselfish work.
So you're calling yourself Michael Jordan right now?
Yeah, I never said that. You said that. I never said that. You said that.
Not to sit here and have the conversation, but
you're Horace Grant.
I don't know basketball like that, so you guys can make those jokes.
I literally know. I don't know because it's the documentary.
Hey, that documentary.
Is that the hench guy? Is that the hench black guy that they traded?
Is who?
That the Bulls traded. That's a hench black guy.
That's not the best way to describe basketball players.
No, not tall and big. he was like thick. He was.
Oh yeah. Because I was like, who? Yeah. Because when you say basketball, I immediately look at height. That's funny.
No, he was thick. Like he'd been eating all the yams. But I didn't call myself MJ. You guys called me that. So thanks, guys.
You guys didn't call.
That's a real. That's a real.
I didn't call you that. I asked you. Are you calling it yourself?
I don't.
No, but it's good that you. It's good that you guys assumed that that's where I was going and agreed.
Yeah.
Nah, no, I don't care what I don't care what walk of life you're in, what profession you're in. If anyone ever tries to liken themselves to Michael Jordan, they should delete their whole existence. Immediately. I don't care if you're like, I'm the Michael Jordan of off licenses. I don't know. Stop. Because if Michael Jordan had an off license, it would be better than everybody's off license. And
that's when people say shit like that. I hate that shit. People are like, "Well, who's the best basketball player of all time?" I'm like, "Well, no one ever says that they're the Dennis Rodman of anything. They say I'm the Michael Jordan of something." People say they're the Michael Jordan stuff. No, there's no other player in the world. No one says I'm the Muhammad Ali of this. They say I'm the Michael Jordan of this. That's how great of a sports player you are. So if you liken yourself to that, you can go fuck yourself. Like I will say Chappelle's the Michael Jordan of comedy, but I can say that. He can't do that. No,
but there's so many things. There's so many things that go along with being the Michael Jordan of something. Is Chappelle number one for some people? Whatever. Yes, yeah, he's number one. But there would have to be a documentary on him. I don't. Yeah, you know, you came out saying he's Mr. Stitch. How hard does this? Chappelle always strikes me as a guy that doesn't work hard at anything.
What do you mean? Oh, like his work
ethic. Yeah, it's just like he works hard at it, but like Michael Jordan is just a different level.
I think that's because he makes it look so easy. Because he just like he'll say some shit, and you're like, that's why didn't I even say that? That's hilarious. So he makes it look effortless. As far as Jordan, when you play in sports, you can't make it look effortless. Like Ali made it look effortless, but you know that he trained like crazy, but he made it look effortless. As far as Mike Tyson makes it look like it's like. You'll never be Mike Tyson. You keep like, oh, maybe finally, but you can't because he trained harder than even Tyson did. You just never saw it. Yeah. So, like, you see Bill Burr training, but you don't see training because Chappelle's like, guess what's funny?
The only person I've ever, it's another sports person, but the only person I've seen have anywhere near the same work ethic as Jordan is Kobe.
Yeah.
I know LeBron does a lot, but there's just stories about Kobe where there was one player who tried to beat him into the gym in the morning and woke up like 3 hours early and Kobe was still already in the gym. Like that's just...
Yeah. That's
like, I don't even want to work that hard. Sorry. That's probably why I never made it as a rugby player. I don't want to work that hard. I don't want to be... I'll work hard. I'm the guy that does just enough to succeed.
83% is my maximum.
Yeah, just 83%. To succeed. Like I would be. So you put in sports, you got people that make it, you got people that are greats, and then you just got like that 1% of athletes that are just like once in a lifetime. I'm that first entry level. I just get my head in the door and go, hey, what's going on, guys? This what we're doing, yeah? Okay, cool. And then there's other people that are like, you don't even work hard. I'm like, hey, I'm here, man. You don't get paid extra, so I'll work as hard as I can during the time, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Although with comedy, it's been a lot different for me. I like stand-up. I'll be doing a lot. I'll be doing the most.
It's just passion, right? It's just find what you're fucking passionate about.
But then you hear stories about people like how many like there's a comic that we know that has a body shape like Dino. Like everyone knows this guy. And there was a rumor that he did like 100 sets in like this really small amount of time. But he's still not good, so I'm just kind of like, well, you're just working hard at nothing then. I'd rather do like 10 sets in a week that are really good than 100 sets and only 10 of them are good. Sometimes you got to work smarter, not harder, I guess.
How can someone try to protect someone's identity by cussing someone else?
Right.
Yeah, well, we cuss Dino's body shape all the time. He knows.
I literally didn't hear anything else you said. There's a comedian who's I won't mention, but they've got a body shape like D.
Got a body shape like a bowling pin. That's what they look like. That's exactly what they look like.
Yeah, he did I think got auntie hips.
Got Shakira hips. All right, guys. It's been fun.
All right.
Headache.
It's been the two dark skins and the light skinned in the podcast today. You know, so yeah.
Two dark skins and a light skin. Yeah.
You're not. You're trans shade.
This nigga said trans shade.
You better be careful. You better be careful what you say online, my friend. Yeah.
But I respect how you self-identify though. So I respect that. Even though you weren't naturally born that way.
Hey, all I know is I can get 4 passports. So when they lock this stuff down and I'm somewhere sipping margaritas.
Oh yeah, did you ever? Yeah, we'll talk about it off the thing.
I never did. I never got around to it.
Okay.
But I can get 4 passports, and that's not because I'm Nigerian and I know how to fraudulently make them. This is legal and above board. For the most part.
I'm eligible for one other, and I don't want it. So.
A Jamaican passport.
Yeah, what's that going to give me?
Isn't that like? Can't you get that like in a Happy Meal or something?
That's great. That's actually really great. That was funny.
I'm not even
a I didn't even know Jamaican passports existed.
I'm not gonna defend it.
Aren't you guys still part of the empire, the colony? You guys got British passports.
Oh, they're about to reopen McDonald's and KFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 branches of McDonald's.
Time to get fat again.
To me is Enfield.
So. Are you excited about this, Darran? I know that's your jam.
I am. I'm pretty fat on the inside. And fat. I'm not actually fat though. Just on the inside, I'm fat.
Okay. Well, that's what you want to say.
If you told me you was related to Akin Omabitan, I would believe you, Darran.
Why?
Anyway, that's been the podcast, guys. Thank you for tuning in to episode 2. I don't know what the title will be. Fucking thing.
You don't know the name of the podcast yet.
Oh, yeah.
Funny Gang podcast. We're funny and we're in a gang because we're black.
I'll allow it.
Made myself lighter.
What did you do? Improve your credit score?
My credit score is exceptional, actually.
It should be if you work in finance.
Yeah, that's also true. That's also true.
So yeah, just all right. Give me some credit.
Right.
Man. Give me some credit.
I don't think it works like that.
You willing to put a lien on your house to invest in a mixtape that probably won't work out? All right, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat. I'm sick of looking at you guys, man.
All right.
See you later.
All right, au revoir.
Au revoir.
Why is it always you that's last in?
All right. I don't know, because I'm just slowing it.
Oh my God.
I'm gone.
Peace.